Why do we get problems in life? In Bhagavatam scripture, a handicapped bull says there are 4 different ideologies that people believe as the reasons for the pleasure and pain they encounter in their lives. Ideology number 1 that people have: I am responsible for my happiness and distress. Though the reason may be my partner or child or anyone, I feel happy or sad only because of the importance I have for them. So, in a nutshell, it's all because of me. Ideology number 2: there is a supreme power beyond me and it's all happening according to His wish, and it's He who decides whether I will be in delight or distress. In a word, it's all because of God. Ideology number 3: what I sow has to be reaped. The good and bad deeds that I have done follows me like a shadow. Even the situation which I am facing right now is because of my own actions in the past. In short, it's all because of karma. Ideology number 4: it's simple. Happiness and sadness are natural characteristics of human beings. Like how a bird's nature is to fly, fish nature is to swim. My nature, a human nature, is to feel happy and sad. Therefore, it's just the natural tendency of human beings. Kechit vikalpavasana ahur atmanam atmanaha devamanye pare karma svabhavam apare prabhum. Bhagavata Purana, 1st Canto, Chapter 17, verse 19 explains the mentioned ideologies. It's not that this is right or this is wrong, because all of them contribute to a certain proportion, but that proportion depends upon their individual knowledge and experience. In this scripture, a bull filled with agony was speaking with distress the above philosophies to the king of the country, Parikshit. But what pain was the bull undergoing? It was being tormented by a cruel man. The bull had already lost 3 legs, and that man was breaking its 4th leg too. The king Parikshit, horrified at the scene, took out the sword and went to kill the cruel man. But wait, let me first confirm with the victim, he thought, and inquired the bull. The bull responded with the above 4 ideologies and said, "O knowledgeable king, yourself figure out as to what is the reason behind my distress." The king closed his eyes and thought for a while. What stunning truth he found out is the rest of the story. The references for this video in the form of Bhagavata shlokas, explanations, commentaries from Vedic scholars and Upanyasams are mentioned in the written description of the YouTube video. It's the habit of Puranas to recite intellectually deep messages, while it's a small mustard-like effort from our channel to convey the meaning as it is in a simplified and visually appealing manner so that it could reach audience who seek for it. If you like it, please subscribe to our channel Palm Leaf Writings. Let's go into the story. Our favorite Bhagavata Purana uses personified story of a handicapped bull to prophesy as to what would happen at the end of Kali Yuga. The king Parikshit realized that the bull which was standing with 1 leg was not an ordinary bull, but the personification of dharma or righteousness. But who was the cruel man attacking dharma? The Kali Purusha, the embodiment of time, or in better words, the nature that accompanies along with Kali Yuga. Yuga is a time frame of specific number of years according to our scriptures. With 3 of the 4 yugas passing by, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga, the bull lost 3 of its legs and the poor one was now standing with only 1. The legs are a personification of 4 pillars of dharma: tapas, hygiene, mercy and truth. Tapaha shaucham daya satyam iti padaha krite kritaha. It lost its leg of tapas or austerity after the first yuga. The goal of austerity is to accomplish detachment, not just from the materialistic world, but with ourselves as well. Because Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. We love everything only because we love ourselves, says Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Detaching from our senses is the greatest level of austerity, and this is no longer present after Satya Yuga. It lost its leg of Shaucham after second Yuga. Shaucham means cleanliness. Times when soil, air and water did not know what pollution was. Times when people had clear mind to allow the consciousness to dawn upon them. All of which unfortunately took backseat after Treta Yuga. It lost its leg of mercy after third Yuga. Until few thousand years ago, humans thought that they were just another random species in the universe, like a dog or a cat or a rabbit. But now he has grown to an extent where he is dominating the earth with least mercy upon any other creature coexisting with him in the planet. As the leg of mercy gave away, the handicapped bull was now standing with just one leg, the fourth and final leg, the most important leg of Dharma, the truth. Some renowned commentaries on Bhagavatam explain that the truth mentioned here is not just the truth and lies that people converse, but the truth governing the universe. This interpretation is because the truth mentioned here stands as a pillar for Dharma, and Dharma not only means righteousness, it also has another meaning, Svabhava, the innate quality which sustains with time and differentiates it from other. For instance, take rose flower. The unique smell of rose is its Dharma. It is this predominant quality which differentiates it from other flower. Mango? The unique taste of mango is its Dharma. This quality differentiates it from other fruit. But tomorrow I plant a mango seed, and if it yields a fruit which does not have qualities of mango, that is what is called as shaking the truth of the universe, the fourth pillar, which in turn collapses Dharma governing the universe. But though being Kali Yuga, can something like this really happen? Let me give you a classic example developed in recent years. Hybrids. Hybrid fruits and vegetables are already a part of our day-to-day lives. These are artificially formed mixing two plant varieties. Even hybrid animals like mules are being created. Mule is a cross between a male donkey and a female horse. UN data says there are more than 2 lakh mules in India itself, all created by humans to help them in farming and transportation. So tell me, is this in accordance with Dharma? Not just mules, I mean all hybrids. Well, man may feel no harm in creating them, but nature is not ready to accept those new organisms. How do you say that? Because all hybrid plants and animals are sterile. Nature itself stops them from producing offsprings. Why? Maybe nature feels it is not good for the ecosystem as a whole. Whenever we try to disturb the truth of the universe, the nature resists. Great. So can we tell the fourth leg of Dharma is safe? A big no. Because humans in recent years are fighting nature very well with advanced technology. Hybrids are just the tip of the iceberg. Now the technology has arisen such that you can interweave genes of 2 entirely different organisms, DNA of fish into a tomato, bacteria into a corn, to produce genetically modified crops with improved traits like being resistant to pests, environment and so on. We can clearly see that man is continually trying to modify the quality or dharma of every organism to cater its needs. And if you think this genetic modification is going to take a long time to become the new normal, you are heavily mistaken. Because the US Department of Agriculture in 2010 published that 90% of corns cultivated in US are genetically modified. So we can see that corn is slowly losing its innate quality, its dharma, right? Are you with me? Now the question, so what? Well, this may be beneficial for humans, but for nature? Insects consume the plants, even bacteria in the soil consume it. A study says that the monarch butterfly species itself could become extinct, most likely by consuming the pollens from genetically modified corns. To add a species if required and remove if not required, the world is not a playlist given to humans. If we do not coexist with other beings and continue doing this, it would certainly create imbalance in the food chain and disturb the truth governing the planet. This is not against genetic engineering, this is just an example. Artificial rain is an example, deforestation is an example, pollution is an example. Thousands of these activities together would create imbalance in the nature as a whole. Shita Vatatava Pravakimi Ranyondatha Prajaha. Towards the end of Kali Yuga, cold, wind, sun, rain, snow, all will have heavy impact on mankind, says Bhagavatam. Humans would have disturbed the nature up to that extent. And after altering everything around him, ironically like cherry on the cake, he might alter his own innate qualities too. With the rising technology of CRISPR, human beings can alter their own genetic code to change their innate tendencies to make them more advanced. Remember, with scientific revolution in this era, the changes which took millions of years, naturally like evolution, would take place artificially in a short span of time in the future. And all these are just in a handful of years in scientific era. Imagine 500 more years of technological advancement. We may reach an extent where we have altered our genetic matter so much so that we humans may no longer be called as Homo sapiens. May look like exaggeration, but the fair high probability cannot be neglected. And that is when you shake the truth of the universe, leading to collapse of Dharma. Now, having this in mind, look at this famous verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, as recited by Krishna to Arjuna. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuktanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever dharma faces a setback, tada atmanam srijami aham. At that time, the God himself manifests. But this seems to have another meaning as well. Look at one more well-known shloka from the same chapter. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Dharma samsthava, to re-establish dharma. Sambhavami, I appear. Yuge yuge, yuga after yuga, millennia after millennia. It means Krishna would incarnate and re-establish righteousness. But from Vedanta perspective, considering the whole universe as God and dharma as the scientific laws of universe, the verse can be reframed as: whenever the laws of nature gets modified, the universe would find its own way to re-establish its fundamental principles. But the way that nature chooses to re-establish itself, will that be favorable for the mankind? Is the biggest question. The basis for all Hindu scriptures are Vedas, and they are considered as apaurusheyam, which means that which has not been composed by any. What? Seems illogical, but how?